Good afternoon. It is October 11th, 2021, and today we're looking at really a range day. As you can see, we made this really strong leg up in the morning right after the open, and I guess prices came back, tested it, and just continued trending lower. This downtrend has broken, and now we're just in some congestion that is within congestion that we had overnight. The congestion we had overnight, I would say it had a downward bias, but because look, we keep making lower lows and lower highs, but it kind of looked like a spike and channeled down, and so maybe we broke up into it, but really, I mean, you could just argue that this is just that prices were just ranging all night. So that's what I saw. You'll see there's this entry that I saw. Well, I think everyone probably saw it. It's a second entry, and you could have gotten easily like a 25-point runner, and I would say it's probably, we'll go ahead and mark it as blue. But then over here, there were some entries in this down move that could have got you probably like a 30-point runner, but they were aggressive. So we'll take a look at these trades. And is that 5 o'clock? Okay, 5:15, yeah. So if you're playing this range, which you should have been, but I wasn't, I was kind of looking at like the downward bias too much, you should be able to see this higher low move. And that's at the bottom of the range, so you could probably take that. And this yellowish trend is the one I was originally playing, but that didn't turn out to be the actual trend. But we'll talk about this. So you get this. This kind of looks like a first failed second entry right here, failed second entry short. But that's too far from the EMA. You might take it if you are looking at it as off of the midline of this range, but that's aggressive. But anyway, we get a first, second entry long. And this is aggressive because the signal bar is not great, and it does look a bit congestive, but it's at the lows of that congestion. So I think you can take that, and it's off of the trend channel. And so we come up here and we get a break of my yellow trend channel, but you get a second entry off the EMA, and it's a higher low too. So there are reasons to like that trade for sure. And yeah, if you took it, you could have easily had like a 25-point runner. I don't see how you could enter any of this because it's too far from the trend line. It's bouncing off the midline. We don't really have, you have these smaller trends within the trend, but I don't think you can go long off that. So, and you do get a second entry up here, so maybe if anything you want to take second entries. Then we get this matching low and a bullish signal bar, but that's a doji. This is too congestive at this point. And this is at like the bottom of that congestion. But you do get a first, second entry long. It's closer to the trend line right here. It does get you a move up. And we form this break. We get two legs of correction. And then we bounce higher and trap a bunch of longs and just start going low. So let's take a look at this channel. This is just too early to go short. Then here comes around and you get a first, second entry short. I think it's too congestive for the context. We've been going higher for a while now. So I'm not too sure why I put this box there. First, second entry short. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But you can see it's trapping longs. Oh, okay, maybe that. Yeah. People who are treating this as like maybe a second entry short here, first, second, this might have been bearish, trapping people going short early, and then it just comes up. I don't know. And then you get a first, failed second entry here, but that's, I mean, this was clearly some type of congestion. I don't think I had the congestion lines drawn correctly in real time, but this was, these are going into important lows. It's far from the EMA as well. You get a higher low right here, and I probably originally had my trend, my range lines drawn like this, and you can see that midline looks pretty accurate. But after the day's done, I'm probably moving it down to here. So that's why I marked that one. Then you get a bounce off the top of the range again, and this looked like one leg down, and it looked like we tried to go higher. So really this is just a lower high, and I would take that expecting to just scalp out to these lows. The lows of this range, 98.25. Yeah, just get a scalp out of that. But if you take that, you could get a 30-point move. Easy. Here we get a, I looked at this as, okay, this is a new high, first, second, oh, okay, so this is actually, yeah, and you just couldn't get into this move down. If you wanted to be aggressive, you would have to take these first entries. So it's just confirming that channel. Same thing here, this is a first entry, but it's confirming that channel. That looks like a lower high, but it doesn't tick higher. And I looked at this as a new high. If you want to look at this as a new high, first, failed second entry long, then you might look at it like this way. First entry, second entry short. And that really, no, this should probably be aggressive because, first of all, it's first entry. But second of all, now we're testing that midline of the overnight highs and lows. You're going into that. It's just, we didn't touch the top of this channel. And then here they trap a bunch of shorts. First entry, second entry. So here's what happened here, because I got trapped on this on my practice account. First of all, we don't touch the bottom of this trend line. First entry, second entry. I went on the engulfing bar because there was only like 100 ticks left, and we hadn't broken below this yet. So within like the last 100 ticks, they broke it below, trapped a bunch of shorts jumping in too early. So when that fails, right here, takes a minute, but all the trapped shorts come back up, hits a measured move of this range, comes back to the lows, can't go low just yet. They set up a trap. This is at the highs of the range, so you can take that, expecting it to go to the bottom of the range. Looks like we might have a failed second entry long right here. So that's what I saw for today. Let's see if this looks like anything. This could be a nice failure. So let's take a look at the trades I took. So I took this trade, and it's a second entry long off the EMA. I didn't take it right away, but when this bar made matching lows and started to look very bullish, that's when I jumped in. It's aggressive because of the signal bar. If we had a better signal bar, I would like it. But notice, if you draw some congestion, it looks like it's at the lows of that congestion. So I do like that. Same thing here. Looks like we're at the lows of that congestion. So this is a second entry long. This is a better entry. Signal bar is better. We're making higher lows. I like that. You wouldn't have had this trend channel though. That's why it's a bit tough to take that in real time. So yeah, I think the lesson I need to learn, this one might be a little bit too eager, but prices were trending up since 345. So that was almost 3 hours by that point. And this one, just hold on to the runner, even though these days lately they've been giving really good runners. Even though this was congestive, just hold on to the runner. And yeah, because I would have gotten like a 25-point move. So that's what I'm going to take away from my trades today. I hope everyone else had a good day, and I'll be back tomorrow.